Hey, what is up, everybody? This is your boy AJTRIP, and welcome to That's a Shoot, which is my weekly episodic show. I can't really be saying that now, can I? So let me actually stop saying that right now. Because obviously for the last 2 or 3 weeks, I have not done That's a Shoot. Um, here's the reason why. To be honest with you, I've just been kind of been over overstimulated. Yeah, because you guys, for those of you guys who are, you see me put out other videos on my channel, and you guys have been wondering, well, you're putting out other videos. Why haven't you know, put out videos from, for the That Shoot video? And I don't know. It's just been, football started back, so football's on Saturday now, right? So college football on Saturday, so I've been watching that, and then other things have been going. So there's like so much stuff I'm trying to get done. I'm still trying to look for a job, you know, for like the real world stuff until you guys start, coming together and you know watching more of my stuff so that I can make money off this YouTube stuff and then all my other stuff. So until then, I have to look for a job. Um. So yeah, it's just everything's just been it's just been real flaky, real flaky. So and let's be honest, I don't know when it'll be back to weekly. I don't know if it'll be back to weekly. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be back to the things that doing what I was talking about each show, because originally That's a Shoot was about just the stuff that's going on in the wrestling world, not necessarily the reactions to all of the shows. You know, you know, putting over what you see and hear in the wrestling world, mainly from the WWE. Obviously, mainly from the WWE. But this will be the kind of things that you hear about the wrestling world, And so, I don't know. I I just kind of just so I don't know. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm not sure what's. I do know I want to continue doing this. I want to continue doing the extra shoot in some form or fashion. I want to continue. I will continue. Always continue to do prediction videos like this one. I gotta do one next one. Do one next week for what's his face for NXT Takeover. So I'm gonna be doing one for that. So yeah, and I'm trying out. I'm trying. So if there's a week where That's a Shoot did not come out, you know, let me know. See, like even this week, like I missed I missed my sports podcast. I forget all about that. We'll do that Tuesday. So so and maybe weeks when I just get too over stimulated and I just forget something or I don't do it or whatever. So you guys gotta forgive me for right now. But hopefully at some point I will, you know, have this down packed and I will be back and I'll be in a better place and be able to do things more collectively and more, succinctly and consistently. For right now, this is, and I truly mean it, this is a very inconsistent channel, and that's not something that I don't want it to be. I want it to be consistent, where you get videos, you get videos when you want them, and you get, you expect like if you expect a wrestling video every weekend, every Saturday, then you should get the wrestling video every Saturday, or if you expect the Big Brother Weekend Review, you should on Thursday you should get that every Thursday, or whatever, and you expect like three or four, you expect 3 or 4 videos a week, you should get 3 or 4 videos a week, right? So, or more, but that's that's neither here nor there. So let's just go ahead and let's just go ahead and do the Clash of Champions 2020 predictions video. Start with the kickoff match. The Raw Women's Championship on the line as Asuka takes on Zelina Vega. And this match was made a couple weeks ago, and there's a very small build to it, but apparently Zelina Vega has been one of Vince's favorites backstage, so I think he gave her a title shot, but I don't think he's going to put the title on Zelina Vega. It's not now. So I would expect that Asuka will continue her reign as Raw Women. The SmackDown tag titles on the line. Shinsuke and Cesaro taking on the Lucha House Party. They're teasing a Lucha House Party breakup. I don't know if it's going to be between all three, or if it's just going to be Kalisto breaking away from Lindsay Dorado and Grand Metalik. So I don't think they're going to put the titles on them, but they're teasing a breakup. And Shinsuke and Cesaro doing some good work. Let's hope and see that they continue on with their plans as well. So I'm going with Shinsuke and Cesaro to win. United States Championship on the line. Bobby Lashley taking on Apollo Crews, the Hurt Business. Backing Bobby Lashley, Apollo Crews having Ricochet in his corner. To me, this just gotta be, you gotta keep the Hurt Business continuing on being the Hurt Business. And that has to keep with Bobby Lashley winning the United States Championship. So much people have been really dogging Raw, but there's so much good on Raw between the Hurt Business, Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, and everything like that. So just I just it seems like the cool thing to do is to dump on WWE and in particular Monday Night Raw. But Monday Night Raw is doing some really good stuff, and the Hurt Business is one of them. That's why I'm picking Bobby Lashley to continue to being the United States champion and defeating Apollo Crews. The Raw Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits, taking on Andrade and Angel Garza. Without Zelina Vega, they have decided to go their separate ways. Zelina Vega is looking for her own thing with the Raw Women's title, that we talked about earlier. And now Andrade and Angel Garza may be working together to spike Zelina Vega. So I'm going to make a difference here. I'm going to say, in an upset, Andrade and Angel Garza win the Raw Tag Team Championships, because that's exactly what would happen. Exactly what would happen. By the way, have you noticed that the tag teams are getting smaller and smaller every year ago? So I really do think that all the tag teams getting ready to start breaking up and everything. I really do think that we probably shortly could see the merging of the tag team champions, which is needed. They really do need to merge the champions. They really do need to merge the women's championship, the tag team championships. They need to merge those together, and at some point they need to merge the Universal WWE Championship as well. Merge them all together so that the champions can go be on both shows. I think that's what they really need to do. The Intercontinental United States don't need to merge. They need to stay separate, and I think that's perfect. They put one on one show, put one on the other show, and I think they can do that. So, but yes, I am predicting Andrade and Angel Garza to defeat the Street Profits to become the new Raw Tag Team Champions. Championship is on the line. Nia Jax, Sam Baszler taking on the Riot Squad. They've been doing some weird stuff with the women's tag team championships. Once again, they're just breaking up all the women's tag teams. Sasha Banks and Bayley, and then there's the Iconics have been broken up, and so really these are the only and there's probably going to be a breakup between Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss. So really, these two are the only teams of women in the entire company. So it's really just going to be these two that are just going to win the tag team. So they're going to feud probably for the next few months. I would probably think so. I don't think unless I think the Riot Squad is going to get them. But I think it's probably going, again, like I said, a few months. I think it's probably going to take 2 or 3 tries the right squad to get him. So I think they're not going to get him the first chance. So Nia Jackson, Shayna Baszler will be my pick for this for the Classic Champions. They will retain the Women's Tag Team Champions. Bayley versus Nikki Cross, SmackDown Women's Championship. As much as I would love for this to be Nikki's opportunity, it makes sense. She talked about it, on the thing with on the whatever the Lexus talk show. She talked about it. When she fought Bayley, she had Sasha Banks. She's not gonna have Sasha Banks this week. Do it. But then there is that thing that Sasha Banks said that she wanted to beat Bayley, take away her SmackDown Women's Championship. So maybe what they could do is that they could do the thing where Bayley and Nikki Cross beats Bayley here at Clash of Champions, but then maybe next month Bayley retains, gets it back, and then she can go and fight Sasha Banks for it. But I'm not certain. My heart says Nikki Cross. She deserves it. But I think they are waiting for the inevitable time to put Bayley and Sasha Banks. Really, Bayley and Sasha Banks doesn't need the title. It can, it really doesn't. It doesn't need the title. I personally want to see Bayley and Sasha Banks at WrestleMania, and I want to see it. I don't want to see it at Survivor Series or next week, next month, or TLC or whenever. I want to see it at WrestleMania, but they just, they're not keen on waiting for it. This really should have been, this really should have been, like how I predicted, like how I booked it, so to speak, not to toot my own horn, but to have them be the tag champion. They both should have lost their singles title, but they should have retained the tag title. You could have had them on both shows. Everybody seemed to like them being on both shows, and especially now with you are just breaking down teams left and right, and Nia Jackson, Shayna Baszler aren't they aren't a team to be reckoned with. So yeah, really. Really, they wanted they wanted the women's tag team championship. But really, what they should have created like another women's belt, and they didn't. So, but like I said, I'm with all this being said, I'm gonna go in my head and say Bayley wins this. She retains the SmackDown Women's Championship. I hope I'm wrong with this one. Jeff Hardy, AJ Styles, and Sami Zayn fight to see who is the real Intercontinental Champion in a ladder match. Both titles hung above the ring, and these three are going to battle it out. This should be a very fantastic match. We get two guys over 40 who are going to be trying to kill themselves, and then a relatively young guy. I'm guessing Sami Zayn could be over 42. He's been wrestling for a long time. He could be over 42, but all these guys putting themselves on the line for a ladder match. This should be pretty good. So I'm going to say they've been talking about Jeff Hardy for a long time. So I'm going to say they're going to continue the Jeff Hardy ride. He's going to truly retain his and become the undisputed Intercontinental Champion. Is on the line. Roman Reigns taking on Jey Uso, his cousin. Last couple of weeks have been incredible, showing the Inoue family legacy, and everything that goes into it. The Wild Samoans and Umaga and so many others. The Rock as well, and Yokozuna. So many of them. So this wonderful superstars of the past and present, and now we have Roman Reigns, who is right now being the best he's ever been as a heel, and I think I think we've all knew that. I think we all knew that Roman Reigns could be a best heel. Could be a pretty good heel. Um, I think a lot of us, myself included, wanted him to be a heel because it just makes sense because of what happened with his cousin, The Rock, and the fans not necessarily and everything. It's just been a crazy. It was so thing to do it, and now they do it in the pandemic when there's no fans there to actually boo Roman and anything like that. And more than likely now, Roman would be when the fans do come back, Roman might get cheers because he's actually his character is really good. So, but yeah, Roman Reigns retains here. I don't think this is really this match is nothing more but to cement himself as a heel. The lengths he would go to be continue to be the Universal Champion, including beating up his cousin and destroying his cousin, breaking the family down. This is almost the Steve Austin thing where Steve Austin wanted so bad to be the WWE champion that he lined with Vince, made a deal with the devil so that he could be the champion. And this is kind of like that. He's after everything he's gone through, it's the battle with leukemia and then having to sit through a pandemic to finally get that opportunity to be the Universal Champion. He's going to do everything he did. He's doing everything he takes to get it, aligning himself with Paul Heyman, and now he's doing everything he's going to take to keep it. So, yeah, without question, Roman Reigns wins this one. And finally, the WWE Championship is defended in an ambulance match. Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. Listen, I'm not sure what they are doing. What they are doing. It's this and the Keith Lee thing, adding Keith Lee into it. I'm not sure what it is, but to me, this was a no-brainer. They could have done this. They could have put the title on Randy Orton and then still done this and then have Drew McIntyre's rematch. Put that in an ambulance match. I'm not sure why they did, but whatever. So for me, I think this is again, it's simple. It makes sense. Randy Orton, before Roman Reigns came on, Randy Orton was doing best heel work in the business, and now here he is, right here, right? Uh, I think you have to put the title on him. You have to put the title on Randy Orton, and uh, yes, I do. I feel yes, the match between Randy Orton and Edge at WrestleMania has been rumored to be the main event. Is rumored to be an I Quit match, right? Um, and yeah, it doesn't need the championship. It doesn't. But damn it, if it wouldn't make it even better to see Edge come back after so many years, and he comes back and in his third match back, his first match after coming back from a torn bicep, winning the WWE Championship. I mean, listen, if Edge isn't cleared, if Edge can't come back, you can always still put the title back on Drew at Mania, or you can even, you know, put it on Brock Lesnar again or something, or whatever. put it on Keith Lee at the end. But to me, this makes no sense to do what you've done with Randy Orton for since January. To do what you've done, for him to do what you do, and for him to now, for him to not win the championship at SummerSlam was one thing, and for him to get beat, this is almost a three strikes you're out type of thing now, because you know you get to a point to where now you're just saying, hey, Randy Orton, can he get the job done? He, he's beating all these people up and he's kicked all these people in the head, but is he really? Is it you know? But when he gets down to it, can he really get the job done? Is he gonna choke? You know, and he lost to Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam. He lost to Keith Lee at Payback. He can't lose here. Can't lose here. He's got to win here, and I think he will. I'm picking it. You know, Randy. This just makes very sense. Randy Orton beats Drew McIntyre, become the 14-time WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Quickly recap. Oscar retains, Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura retains, Bobby Lashley retains, Andrade and Garza become the new Raw Tag Team Champions, Nia Jackson and Baszler retain, Bayley retains, Jeff Hardy retains, Roman Reigns retains, and Randy Orton becomes your new WWE Champion. Make sure to come back here tomorrow night after Clash of Champions for my rapid reaction to Clash of Champions, as we will go over the entire card, and then we also check back to see what I got right and what I got wrong from my predictions. So make sure you're right there. Hit the notification bell down there on your screen so that when I go live, you'll get a notification. You can just click on and join me right in progress as I'm recapping what happened last night. Post your comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. Give me your predictions of what's going to happen tomorrow night at WWE Clash of Champions. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy AJTRIP signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And I am out.